Welcome everybody, SE Sim Gamer here. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a first look on precision farming on FS19. So here we have the help menu pulled up. It's got a whole section for precision farming. Do yourselves a favor, guys, and check this out. This tells you pretty much everything you kind of need to know on what you need to get done. So the first one, well, we got the general and all, just kind of tells you, what's going on with it. Second one, we got the soil types. It says this mod divides the ground into 4 types of soil. Each individual soil type has its own characteristics, which influences the crop growth and ultimately the yield amount. Alright, and then here we have where it talks about the soil sampling, and then here's where the game changer is. We have the pH values. This kind of shows you, the pH values of each soil type. This is the nitrogen values. So now with pH, as you see in that middle picture, that's kind of like the lime that you're going to be needing to add. So lime is pretty much going to be a requirement. This all does work on seasons. It works on every map also. I am actually on Ravenport because it was easiest to do. And the nitrogen will be your manure, your fertilizer, stuff like that. Now they have a yield map. This kind of shows you what your expected yield is going to be. Or, well, actually, I guess what I should say is it's going to be what your yield is going to be. They now have an economic analysis. This is actually really pretty cool. This will tell you all your information about the field. It will tell you how much fuel you've used in your tractors or harvesters. It'll tell you how much lime, the cost of everything, how much the cost of the lime was, the cost of the fertilizer, manure, whatever, and then it'll add in your yield and tell you how much you actually made off of that one field, which is, I think, really, really cool. Also in this DLC, we also got 2 buildings. Now this is for the help for your workers and all. The RTK station is what it's called. There's 2 different buildings for it. There are 2 building types available in the shop, which have the RTK antenna on top. This antenna provides better GPS signal for the helpers. As long as one of the new buildings is placed on anywhere on your map, guys, the accuracy of the helpers is increased and they work up to 11% faster than before, which is awesome. So I've actually had this out, and the helpers actually do a pretty decent job now, guys. Alright, so let's get into it and all. Here we are on Ravenport. First thing you're gonna have to buy is gonna be the John Deere Gator. If you go into your mod or go into your store, this one is actually gonna be under cars. Now I have 2 of them, guys. Anybody have the John Deere DLC? You gotta make sure you grab the right one. It's this one. It's gonna be your last one, and when you click on it, you'll have the option for a 3-point link. That is the one you want, and you have to have a 3-point link. Now the other piece of equipment that we're gonna have is gonna be under tools, gonna be under miscellaneous. Alright guys, so there it is right there. This is the Isra, I guess I'm saying that right. Scout. You will also need this. This is actually going to be what takes your soil samples. Alright. So I'm back out of that. I already have it down here. Had it set up. You guys, you will probably want your help menu up and all, you know, for this whole, you know, until you get used to playing. Alright guys, now if you look down the mini map down at the bottom, nothing has changed, like nothing. Alright, but now let me unfold this, see how it zooms in, and now there's just like this big green round, you know, radius around my guy, around my tractor. That is the radius in which the soil sample will be taken. That way you kind of know, you know, what all you need to do. This is actually a really small field, so probably only have to take like 2 samples for this. Alright, so what you do is, first of all, you have to lower the unit just like you would any other, you know, piece of equipment, and then basically use the square button to take the soil sample, and then it takes the soil sample. Alright, and see now, like, you see where it's changed on the map, where it's like a, I guess a brownish, dark brown color. That is saying that the soil sample has been taken. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take another one. This way this whole field is covered. Alright. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this field also. Lift this up. Maybe that's actually affecting the speed of this. Alright, let's see here. Get out there as far as I can, catching the corners. Drop it back down. Take another soil sample. And honestly guys, really I'm not sure how many soil samples you can take before sending it off. I think when I was checking this all out before I came on here, I had like 9 samples I sent in. Now, to send these in, it will cost you some money guys. It's not a whole lot, but just so you know, it's gonna send you some money. Alright, so now that I got the samples taken, I got both these fields covered guys. All you do is hit the L1 and the triangle to send the samples and all of the analysis. Alright, it says the soil samples are now sent to a laboratory for analysis. You will soon, sorry guys, I cannot talk, it's early in the morning. You will see the results on the soil type map soon. Alright. So it doesn't, it's not an instant thing. You do gotta wait a few minutes. It doesn't take long, guys. Alright. Go ahead and park you on over here. Alright, $400 for the, so basically it looks like it's gonna be like $100 for each sample you send in. Alright, so now the soil samples are done and back. So now, also guys, we have a new menu in here. Alright, so now as you see, this is your normal menu. The soil composition, it does not show lime, it does not show fertilizer anymore. This holds true on seasons also. You no longer have to do 3 states of fertilizer on seasons because of this. If you run seasons, right now I am not. Just for the simplicity of getting the growth and stuff like that. Now it says see precision farming map. Alright, so now if you click right one, takes you over to the precision farming map. Alright, now I got it on yield for some reason. Okay, so soil types. So this is going to be loam and sandy loam down here. Alright, see if I can zoom in here. There we go. That way we can see a little bit better. These are the 2 fields that we did. And that's what it's showing. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, now this is showing the pH levels. Actually aren't too bad. And then this right here is oh, it didn't go over. This is showing nitrogen. Gonna need fertilizer, manure or something like that. So now what I have found, guys, you don't want to, it doesn't seem to take in all spots. I don't know why it didn't until I actually planted crop in the ground. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grab another tractor here. Alright, so I already got lime ready. Alright, now guys, see, now this is where you're going to need your help menu. Alright, so now on this, you can actually have it on an auto mode. Basically, it'll put down the right amount of lime, fertilizer, manure, whatever you're using, to give you the best yield. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the whole point of this. You always want the best yield. Alright, now you can turn that off and adjust the flow rate yourself. So let me get up here real quick. Alright, so now you sit there, and if you hit the right on the D-pad, that will turn that off, and now you can change the application rate using the right stick. So like right now it's 0.88, and if you click over, now it's 1.36, 1.87, so on, so on, so on, and that will determine your flow rate. Now you'll have to, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to play around with it and all to get the pH levels or nitrogen levels where they need to be. For this video, I am going to go ahead and activate the automatic application rate. That way it does what it needs, and that's it. Alright, so now I'm going to show y'all something. It's actually really cool. If a spot does not need lime or fertilizer, the machine itself will shut off, whether it's you controlling it or a worker. I think it's pretty cool, so we're going to turn it on, and we're going to get this going. And now when I get up on to, alright, so now this is what I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to come down the line that I just came down. I'm going to turn the machine back. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and turn around. Then I'm going to turn the machine back on and show y'all. Okay, so like right now, well, I don't know if it'll actually work since I'm not on the field. Alright, so it's on. And see now, because it's already good, it does not need it. Now if I was just to cross over and and then boom, it really, it's pretty awesome, guys. Like where you're not wasting the lime, you're not wasting the fertilizer. It's gonna help out tremendously. Now if you are off the field, it will just run. So you will have to turn it off when you get to the end of the stretch, just to kind of show you what I mean. See how it will continue to run there, but see here, and I don't really have a headland going here, but I hate these trees. Alright, so that's on, it's running. And it shuts off. As soon as it got to the edge there, I had it covered, it shut off. I think that's really awesome, how it does that. Like I said, that way you're not wasting lime. So, like I said, it, calculates the flow rate and all that. You know, so once you get to an end of a run, you know, yeah, I turn it off. So it will continuously keep going off the field. Let's get this done here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put in some seed in the ground. Once we get this set and all, as you see, if you look down the mini map, how it's changing also, it kind of shows you the coverage. Oh man, I missed a little spot. Oh, I guess, no, I did not. Alright, so because of that spot, no, I actually did not need any, you know, lime there, so it's not putting it down. That's pretty cool. That's the first time I've had that happen. Alright. Alright, so now you came off the field, and it's, you know, map went back to regular. Alright, let's see here. I'll just put some wheat in the ground. Now when it comes to this, like nothing special pops up. I'm actually going to go ahead and hire a worker to get this done. While we take a look at something else. Now, I have not done anything with this field here. I have not even tested it. So, even without doing the test, everything else, this should still go ahead and change to a yield map down at the bottom. Oh, yeah, load. Alright. And this will show me the yield that I'm getting off this field. Should. It has, let's see, there it zooms in. You know, this thing hasn't been fertilizer. You know, there's no fertilizer, no lime, no nothing. And you see how the yield down there is red. Means I'm not getting a good yield off of it, guys. Which is to be expected. You know, that's, you know, basically base game stuff there. So if we go into this, so yeah, we're gonna have to seriously put some fertilizer down in these fields. So I'm only getting, I don't know, maybe 65% of the yield that I could be getting if I could have, if I would have done everything I needed to do. You can get up to like 125%. That's your goal. Hopefully we'll get that off of field 25, 26. Excuse me, guys. I will, speed up time now once we get this done, and we'll sit there and get, a comparison of the two fields. Now, with this also, guys, if you click the R3 button, like you were looking to buy land in this map anyways, so we click that, this gives me what I've spent. This is your economic analysis. So the soil samples, it takes out the money for that. I spent $400 on soil samples. I've spent, what was that, $261 in lime. Let's see here, $48 in seed. That's what it's costing me for that. The fuel, it's costing me $4 in fuel to do the little bit I've done here. It tells you the cost of your vehicle maintenance, the cost of your helper, which he's kind of expensive, And then at the bottom it shows, you know, your total costs, which is, you know, $1,070 and steadily going up. And then my total earnings so far off of that little strip that I've done was $114. That's what I'm gonna make for that little bit that's in the harvester and all right now. So let's see here. Show total values. Let's see what that does. Okay, so this is gonna be like, you know. Alright, so this right here is basically what you're making here. This is gonna show you everything that you've ever made on this, you know, this land. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. And then you can do this, you know, it just stays together, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it ever resets. I know you can reset it by pressing the L3 button, I guess, if you wanted to, but this looks like it will keep track of your profits on this field the entire time you're playing the game. That is actually really cool. That will definitely help. It'll know where you're making money, where you're, you know, losing money, you know, so on, so on, so on. That's actually really cool, guys. I mean, I don't know how many guys, you know, if you guys you're gonna run this, but this, it's definitely a game changer, in my opinion. So, okay, so now, like, okay, so I got 341 liters of wheat. So I made 114. I'm going to make $114 off of that. And it goes by like what the price is, you know, so that can fluctuate. And also, I believe, I don't know if they do like an average price or what with that. So here I'm trying to get to 1,000, and then we'll look at the prices for, you know, the selling, you know, prices, and then we'll compare it to what it's saying, you know, my income for the areas. Sorry guys, this is going to be a little bit longer video and all than normal for like a tutorial type thing. And yeah, I think there's just quite a bit to go over, you know. And then of course there's the process of it and all also, so like my helper misses a little patch of white up there. Which that's like the first time I've actually had a helper not miss anything, no. Just maybe like that spot and all, just thinking that it doesn't need nothing, I'm not sure. Alright, so now that's close enough. It's 2017. Alright, so if we go over here, we got wheat. Alrighty, so best price is what, $7.81 at the restaurant. Alright, let's go to this. Total earnings, $342. Let's see here. And it says wheat in here, right? Yes. Alright, I'm trying to figure that one out and all, guys. Yeah. 42. I don't understand why it's so low unless it's giving me the cost of maybe the lowest price. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one, guys. That's something, yeah, you have to play around and kind of check for yourself, I guess, on that one. So, I mean, it's showing up there, you know, They're showing the yield is 342. I'm not quite sure about that. So yeah, guys, that's something I think you're just kind of trying to play around, check out for yourself on that one. So I mean, it's just kind of showing y'all what's going on. Alright, so he should be getting close to wrapping that up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and grab some fertilizer. Go ahead and drop this lime off. Did we not do that field over there? No, okay. Alright, so yeah, I'll just kind of show y'all, the differences here, I guess. Alright, so now, okay, so he's completed his test now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some fertilizer. With this, you can use, whatever you use for fertilizer. If you're doing manure, slurry, liquid fertilizer, so on, solid fertilizer and all. It's all for the nitrogen levels. Once again, I'm going to have it on auto. Just going to make things easier. Oh, damn, didn't see cultivator there. Alright. Now when I get on to the map, it zooms in. Shows the nitrogen levels. They're really, really horrible. So the flow rate's going to be high, guys, on this. Most likely. This is actually going to be the same. And if you look, you can see it's like 6,000 or 666, kilograms and all. It's now to get this done. Alright. And the same thing, like as with the lime. Once you go over it, you go over it. So I'm actually going to do a little test now over here for myself. So on that other field that I haven't done nothing on, because when I was kind of, like I said, I looked at this on a different map. I mean, because like I normally like to fertilize before I seed, before I drill or plant, whatever you want to call it. But for some reason, didn't matter how many times I went over it on auto, it did not cover it. Did it get the last part, or did the tractor actually block it? Okay, it did get it. Alright. That was weird. So like that last little section didn't do it. Alright, so see now the field is completely green. Now, like I was saying, when I worked on it on a different one, it left like little patches where it was just red. It didn't matter, I had it on auto and it would go over it, and it may have just been the map, so it's just something to keep in mind. It was a mod map. Alright. Yeah, I think that might be the issue on that. It looks like it might do it here too. There's no way, there's no way I'm missing these areas, guys. So, see, with no, crop on the ground, or in the ground, I should say, it doesn't get a full coverage, which is really weird. So my suggestion to y'all is to go ahead and see, like, there's no way I missed all that spot and it just didn't take. This is kind of what I wanted to test out and all. Let's see here, gonna go back. Yeah, there it goes. That's because I came off the field. you know, how it's all red. This is obviously fertilized and it did not take. So my suggestion to you guys is to do your liming, do your drilling, and then do your fertilizing. And that's all you gotta do. This is seasons included. Once it's green, it's green. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna speed up time. I'm gonna get the crop that we just planted and kind of show you the difference between the yield on this field and the yield on the field that we just planted. Alright guys, we're back. As you see, the field is not quite ready, and of course it is raining. Now there's something that I did want to show you, and I actually absolutely forgot. The GPS stations for the helpers. I placed 2 of them here on the farm. This one, I mean, it's a much larger footprint to it. So if you got a small farm, maybe not the best option. That's kind of cool. I never noticed that little door. But you can actually use this as a shed also. So that is a good thing for that. If you have a smaller farm, guys, this is the other one. As you see, a lot smaller footprint to it. It does recommend that you have one or the other on your map somewhere. It doesn't have to be at your farm, it could be anywhere on the map. And that is to help the workers, and you know, like I said, so far it seems to actually work pretty good, decent and all, from what I've seen. Time will only tell. These are square fields, you know. Here, I don't know, like, they're gonna, you know, how well they're gonna work on like Bucks County and, you know, 6 Ashes, stuff like that. Alright guys, I will see y'all when it stops raining and these crops are ready to harvest. Alright. Alright guys, I am finally back. It rained all day. So we are actually on to the next day. Alright, so let's see here. Now we're going to look at the yield levels for the field that we actually did. Now while I was waiting for this, I did a little bit of research. If you want to use manure or slurry, that actually, you will still need to do the fertilizer also. That just reduces the cost in the amount of fertilizer you'll have to use to get the nitrogen levels right. Now if you look now at the screen where the one was red, we have a green line. It does not look like we have, you know, no, we got a little dark green spot there. So maybe it might be in y'all's best interest, maybe even use the slurry of manure also, you know, which is kind of cool. It actually makes that rebel. You know, a lot of people don't do it because, well, you use a lot of, you know, the flow rate on the slurry and the manures, it's pretty high, and you go through it. And if you guys have like a dairy farm, you know, or just a cow farm, pigs, anything like that, you know, it would be a way to do free fertilizing basically for that. Yeah, see, we've already just in those 2 strips, we got more off of that than we did in what, 3 or 4 strips over there. Let's see here. Kind of want to see, because we had 1017 from this field over here. Now these guys are, you know, they're same size field. So okay, so 3 strips there. So I'm gonna do 3 strips on here, and we're gonna see what our yield is. We already know it's greater, So, and so far it's actually been pretty big. Difference and all, considering I'm already surpassed it and only on the second strip. So, you know, this way we harvest the same amount and kind of test it and all with the yields. You know, is definitely, you know, appearing to be worth it. Yeah, you just think of what the difference is going to be on like the bigger fields so far. What is that, 500 and, what is it, 577 more liters in that little bit of area. So, I mean, that's, you know, a huge difference. And all I said, you think about doing that with like a bigger field, you know, definitely going to be worth your time to, you know, do the right kind of prep. Like I said, it's going to take some playing around with, getting used to. This is a whole new ball game into this game. Let's go back over here to our precision. You know, it seems like the loom is actually providing a better yield if you look at that, and then if I go over here, you see where it's darker green. So now, of course, I think this all depends on what your crop type is also. See here, pH balance is actually higher in those areas. Yeah, guys, I'm wondering if it would, if you put the lime on after you seeded also, that might make a difference and all, as it knows what crop you're planting also. Not really sure on that. You know, nitrogen levels, you know, are pretty even, as you can see. So it makes me wonder if maybe, and we did the fertilizer after, so, you know, maybe, you know, that might be something to test out and on your own, guys. I'm not going to do it. It's been a long enough video, I think. This is kind of just to show y'all, you know, how things are going to work and everything else. So, alright guys, if you found this video informative, guys, please give it a like. This actually took quite a bit of time to get together and, you know, go through myself. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you know, have any comments and all, any, you know, suggestions of things you've, you know, figured out that I haven't put in the video, please leave it below. You know, maybe there's some stuff I've missed. I'm kind of learning just like y'all on this, so it would help me out just as much as it would help other viewers out. Thanks for watching, everybody.